On today's episode, 3 questions that'll grow your practice 15% tomorrow. Here's a principle you may not have thought of. The human mind cannot not answer a question. So by carefully putting questions into your conversations with patients, you can grow your practice easily 15%. And I'm going to give you my 3 power questions that will have an immediate impact. The first question is, when someone calls the office to schedule an appointment, ask them if there's any other family member that needs an appointment. Now, I learned this from one of the Big Idea trophies. At our annual summit each year, we have a contest. We call it the Big Idea Contest. And all of our high-level members, these are the super successful folks in our group, our high-level members all compete to win the Big Idea trophy. And one of the winners of that trophy gave me this idea and showed me the data. And the data in their practices was simply this, that if you added that question, you were 15% more likely to schedule another person than if you didn't. 15%. So that one question alone can increase the number of encounters and visits by 15%. A pretty powerful question. The second power question I have is, since you're at high risk for tooth decay, would you like to know some things that you can do to prevent it? Now, of course, there's a setup for this. The setup is using our Caries Risk Assessment. That's a tool that helps patients understand that they are at high risk for dental decay. And so once you've used that tool, the patient's already aware they're at high risk. And by asking this question, it allows you to talk about, it has the patient asking you for information. It's a switch. Instead of you just trying to talk them into something, they're asking you about it. They want to know about it, and they want to make the choice. So it allows you to give them options on how you can prevent decay, whether that's dental sealants or whether that's topical fluoride in the dental office, or home fluoride, or fluoride trays, or any of the other things that we can do to help our patients avoid tooth decay. Asking that question will absolutely increase production in the hygiene department by 15%. And the third power question I have is, if possible, would you like to do that today? So anytime a patient is found to have some dental problem that needs to be repaired, asking them if they're willing to do it that day. Now, you'll be shocked at how many patients are excited about doing it that day. Now, we don't see it happening. We don't think that they're going to respond that way, because usually the minute you take the bib off the patient, they are racing right to the front desk to check out and get out of there, right? So you think everybody's done and they want to go. But the reality is, people have organized their life around being in your office at that time on that particular day. And if they can stay a half hour or 40 minutes and get something done, then they wouldn't have to come back. About 80% of patients will jump at it, right? So all those downtimes, all those failed and canceled appointments are really opportunities to be doing same-day dentistry like this. So those are the 3 power questions. If you do those and start doing them tomorrow, your practice will grow tomorrow, right? So if you have any questions about this or any comments, don't hesitate to put them on YouTube. And be sure and share this with anybody who you think it might be helpful for. I always like to stop each episode with an inspirational quote. And this inspirational quote is the be, do, have quote. You have to be before you can do. You have to do before you can have. And this is from Zig Ziglar, one of my mentors. And it's simply that you have to be the kind of person that will do the work necessary. And once you do the work necessary, the rewards will come. But you can't have without doing. You can't do without being. So be, do, have in that order. So one final thought, one of the most of the successful dentists I know didn't really figure everything out on their own. They simply modeled somebody who is doing it successfully already. And to do that, they have to be in a room with a bunch of people that are already doing it successfully. And that's what we do at our Champions of Dentistry Summit every year. So this is a meeting with speakers with lots of ideas. The Big Idea Trophy candidates will be presenting their ideas. We'll be crowning the winner at that time. So to register for this is April 26th and 27th. And to register for this, go to championsofdentistry.com That's championsofdentistry.com. I look forward to seeing you there. That's it for this episode of the Dr. John Meesh Show.